Well, today the Labor Party signed a deal with the Greens, giving the Prime Minister one extra seat in the House of Representatives. The Greens have pledged to support a Labor minority government, and in return Julia Gillard has agreed to a string of their demands. The deal means both the Coalition and Labor are now 3 seats short of the 76-seat majority they need to form government. Stephanie Kennedy reports from Canberra.
Like most unions, there's a few nerves, a smile for the cameras, and then the official signing ceremony.
Congratulations, thank you.
But like a typical marriage, the Greens came bearing gifts. They won't block supply or support no confidence motions.
We are first cab off the rank. There is always a little bit of reticence about stepping into the icy waters of political agreement.
Those icy waters are melting away as the Greens won a significant concession from the Prime Minister on climate change. Instead of a citizens' assembly, there'll be a parliamentary committee made up of experts, MPs and senators.
Just 11 days after the election, and Julia Gillard has already broken her first election commitment. The citizens' assembly was always a dud policy, but it was hers, and now it's been junked at the direction of the Greens.
But the Prime Minister rejects that.
The Labor Party obviously took policies to the last election. One of them was the Citizens' Assembly. We will now have this new committee. One of the things that it will want to do is consider the question of generating community consensus. The Citizens' Assembly, in my view, is a mechanism to do that. It's not the only mechanism. Am I going to get hung up on mechanisms? No, I'm not. Am I hung up on the outcome? Yes, I am. And the outcome is about developing greater community consensus.
The Greens also won more money for dental health, a parliamentary debate on Afghanistan, tougher limits on political donations, a referendum on recognising Aborigines in the Constitution, laws to ensure truth in political advertising, and steps towards fixed 3-year terms. Tony Abbott's seeing red over the Labor-Green deal.
Australia now has 2 coalitions. There is the Liberal National Coalition that people are familiar with. There is now the Labor-Green Coalition. Only one of those coalitions will be good for regional Australia.
The Labor-Green alliance gives the Prime Minister 73 seats in the House of Representatives, 3 short of forming government. The coalition also has 73, but the WA National Tony Crook is adamant he'll sit as a crossbencher and his vote can't be taken for granted. And in this numbers race, every seat counts. The 3 country MPs were briefed by Treasury on the party's policy costings as Labor's economic credibility was given a boost. In the June quarter, the economy grew by 1.2%, taking annual growth to 3.3%.
These are an outstanding set of figures, that all Australians can be proud of. Strong growth and a strong outlook in a confident Australia.
I think that the strength of the Australian economy is fundamentally due to the reforms of previous governments, not to the spending spree of the current government.
Labor's honeymoon in this political marriage of convenience could be over before it even starts. The Greens have started pushing for a carbon tax, and the party's lower house MP plans to introduce 2 private members' bills that will cause angst within the Labor Party.
One is that's important to me is removing the discrimination against same-sex couples from marrying. I don't think it has any place in a modern democracy, and I think every opinion poll says that people are in favour of allowing people to marry who they choose. Second, that's important to me is ending mandatory detention and offshore processing of asylum seekers, and we've now got the capacity to move that through Parliament.
And there will be a lot more interesting marriages of convenience to come in the days ahead. Stephanie Kennedy, Lateline.